Hello guys, it's Jonathan, or Tim doing another weekly blaze. It's been a few weeks. I meant to record, and then I just didn't, and then I didn't again, and then I didn't last week either. But here we are. We are back. So that's good. First up, I want to talk about Bottleman. Bottleman is something. So while I was gone, there was I think Bottleman DX might have already been announced at this point, or at least rumored, but we saw pictures. We have full videos of the first three of them. Plus, apparently, there's going to be a fourth one releasing next month as well. We just haven't seen the proper thing of it. I guess they wanted to keep at least something a secret. So these Battlemen look pretty good. I think the only one I'm still a little bit questionable on is Aquasports. I don't know if the Aquasports DX is looking too great. It looks a little bit weird. Maybe if I see it in person at a better angle, I will like it more, but as of now, I don't know about it. I think Kolomaru DX looks good. That's definitely a better evolution, I would say. That one actually just looks good in general. The other two, the one that we've seen, its name's weird. It's like Leifel Gardiwan. It's a very weird name. I don't know. I think I'm overpronouncing that W there. But yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a new DX one. This is a brand new one. It kind of looks weird. It's like has like a skull pistol like barrel almost. That's what it reminded me of anyway. Plus Gyak color scheme. It's weird. It's the new big control type, I guess, for DX. But I like this one a lot. It seems like with this season they're really going to just do what they want and not kind of stick to the usual formula. You can see actually all my bottlemen over here and over there. They're all kind of like similar for the most part. They have pretty similar styles. Like the main body pieces are almost always similar. The only exception to that was with Wonder Grape, and that was just a one-off one. But these, I think Colmar and Aquasports have similar body types, but they're pretty different looking overall. And then this other one just looks completely different, which is great. The fourth one, I believe, was called actually, I don't know. I think I sort of had like the word raid in it, but it was something. It almost looked like a new Wonder Grape, but not Wonder Grape. It looked like it'd have another. I'm pretty sure it'll shoot caps vertically. That one looks really cool, and I want to see the full thing of it and see it like the physical version of it, not just like the weird render. Because that thing looks like it might be a really cool one, and yeah, overall, Bottleman DX looking really, really nice. Very excited for it. Speaking of Bottleman, I do have some updates on stuff that I'm going to be ordering, or actually have ordered. Yeah, it's gonna take quite a while to get here because I did choose some of the cheaper ones that they take a while to ship because man, some of this Bottleman stuff that I ordered was expensive. So that'll be a while. I don't care. I wasn't really in a rush anyway. I just did not feel like paying 30 extra bucks after already spending a lot, just to have it sooner. These will probably be up, I don't know, it said early April to like late June. Or not late June, early June. I think it was like a 2-month window that'd be here, but it's like a month. So I don't think it'll take that long. I'm going to assume probably mid to late-ish April. I'll probably get them, which is still a long time, but yeah. I guess that's what you get for cheaping out. I mean, I could have paid the extra 30, but like, nah, it was already a ton that I spent on just this stuff. And yeah, I did get the, new CC Leon. That one looks cool. I just kind of, figure why not. I wouldn't. It just feel weird to kind of leave that one out specifically, so I threw it in the order. The big thing that I wanted, and I kind of wish I could have. Maybe it would have been better if I just would have bought these separately, the CC Leon and this Sparking set. But whatever. Here, I already placed the order, so here we are. I did that yesterday. Today's Monday. It's like 11, close to 11:30 p.m. Yeah, I did this yesterday. Whatever, I already ordered it, but yeah, that comes with Sparking Knight in 10 Satan. Yeah, that's already ordered, so I have that. And then there's the big one, and that is Random Collection Volume 1. I ordered a full set. That's why it was so expensive, because my god, getting this was near impossible. So just for some context, I haven't talked about that much, but I've been looking for Random Collection 1 stuff for pretty much, I mean, a couple months now, pretty much since it's come out. So my original plan was to buy a dual gold, just a dual gold on its own. Never saw one pop up anywhere. I checked many sites. I think there might have been a site that did have them, but I found it too late. Um, yeah, but it was near, like, I could not find this thing at all. It was near impossible. Getting a dual gold was just not happening. So my other options were a full set or just, buying unconfirmed. And if I've learned anything from Beyblade, never buy unconfirmed. Unconfirmed, unless if you don't care about what you get, don't buy unconfirmed if you're going for something in particular. If you get it, it's a great feeling, but if you don't, it just feels like a waste of money. And with how my luck usually is with these things, I decided, yeah, I should probably not do that. And instead I was like, okay. Instead of, wasting, like, I don't even know how much money to buy these things randomly, I'll just probably hope for a full set. I couldn't find a full set either. So I was trying to just buy random ones at this point, because I'm like, that's really my only option. And I looked around, they're pretty much out of stock everywhere, or they're overpriced. It's like, I'm not spending $25 for one eBay. That's not happening. Like, $25 for one, unconfirmed one, not happening, Like, if I want to buy two, it's like already up to 50. What, like, no. If I'm spending that much, I better be knowing I have to know what I'm getting if I'm spending that much on these things, because I could easily just order from Japan in bulk. Unfortunately, most sites were out. There was one site that had them, but the shipping became ridiculous. Like, I think the shipping was already like $20 just for one, but then as I kept adding stuff on, it was like, oh, if you want four of them, it's going to be like $110 because shipping was like $60, and I'm like, how? So yeah, that was just not going to happen. I'm not spending over $100 on four of these unconfirmed. So I see a listing, and it was $100 for a complete set, and I'm like, you know what? I know I just said I'm not spending $25 for one, but that's unconfirmed. This would be $25 per confirmed one. I can't find dual gold anywhere. Everywhere else is like sold out, and it's been a couple months, and who knows if they'll restock them or how well they'll restock them. And man, this is just like a nightmare train kit. So I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna spend the $100 and bite the bullet. Just get this thing. And I hear like a plane or helicopter or something. Anyway, so I'm like, okay, you know what? Forget it. I'm just gonna spend the $100 and buy this complete set of four. So hey, I'm getting dual gold, which is the fourth bottle man I was missing. I just talked about the sparking set and CC Leon. Those were the other three. But I'm also getting Colomar Energy, Aquasports Shield, and Gyakroc 4G. Not bad. I will have at least the original three in their updated molds so they don't break in like 5 seconds. Plus, they do look pretty cool. I think I actually kind of wanted Colomar Energy regardless because it looks really, really cool. And Aquasports Shield and Gyakroc 4G are pretty nice too. I was actually on the fence about buying a full set initially. I just was like, that's a lot of money. I'll just buy dual gold, and then I couldn't buy dual gold because it was just nowhere to be found. So, yeah. That's fun. Anyway, that's my Bottleman talk for today. Beyblade, this is the other thing I want to talk about today. I might talk more later this week about some games and anime stuff. But for today, I just want to do Bottleman and Beyblade. So for Beyblade, first up, I made a video yesterday. Have not uploaded it. I'm uploading it tonight. Well, I guess technically it'll go up at like 5 a.m. on Tuesday, but whatever. So this video, I talked about my predictions for Beyblade Burst BU, or just Beyblade Burst Ultimate, whatever. I was right. So I made this prediction video talking about how I'm thinking, okay, because Excalibur has to be a July release, Kirby's is May. I literally said Dragon June, Achilles in a set in August. That's happening. I I'm very upset that I didn't upload this yesterday because I would have been before the leaks, and I would have... Because now it just looks like I'm probably, like, bullshitting, and I'm really not. Like, I made this... I wrote the doc. I think I wrote the doc a day or two before that even, as well. Like, I had this stuff mapped out, so... I'm not going to go in depth to that here because I already made a video on it, and if someone is for whatever reason watching this, I'd assume that they've probably seen that, because I don't know who would be watching this video. If you're watching this, you probably watch my channel, I'd assume, because, like, who else would watch these videos? I don't even think many people watch my channel specifically, so you've probably seen that. Anyway, but yeah, I went over that whole thing in the list in there, and I was right somehow. I did not talk much about Divine Belial in that video. I decided to save Divine Belial for this video. So Divine Belial, it's kind of a disappointment, but also kind of not. I'm honestly just happy to get something that isn't complete filler. This kind of feels like filler a little bit, but it's also not, so I'm not too mad about it. It's something new, finally. So the combo is Divine Belial Nexus Adventure 3. Also Adventure, that is not a confirmed driver name. But if it's AD, there's some other AD words you could use, but like, it had venture initially. The odds of it being adventure, I think, are very likely. And the fact that I think the odds of it being a kind of a similar style to venture, maybe with some differences, of course, I think that's pretty likely. I'm sticking by that name, Adventure. It's probably going to be that. But the problem with this thing is that, well... Sure, it's a new driver, and, the Divine Blade's new, but, like, Nexus and 3. Damn, those are old. And it's core, Belial 2. It's not Belial 3, it's Belial 2. I'm conflicted on this, because on one hand, it's like, okay, realistically, this is probably the best thing we could have hoped for. I mean, we're getting a brand new driver compatible with V-Gear, which is pretty cool, actually. Even if it ends up being kind of almost like a Venture variant, in a way, it's still something new. Nexus, let's be honest, they probably weren't going to make another S-Gear compatible disc. I guess we'll have to take it. 3, well, if you swap out the gears, who cares? So, there's that. Divine's new, at least, so that's great. And then, Belial 2. If they did Belial 3, would they have done a burst stopper? Probably not. So, in a lot of ways, I feel like this is the best we were going to get for a Belial 3. But on the other hand, it's like, why even make a Belial 3? What was wrong with Dangerous? That's just me anyway. But regardless, I think it's a fine release, and I'm actually... Originally I was kind of mixed and almost a little negative on it, but I think I'm a little bit more positive on it now, because I realized something. I like to keep my gears on the newest Belial. This is the newest Belial. So I get to throw all the gears onto this one, which is great, because I kind of think that the Belial 2 core, it's very red, and I kind of think that it looks fine, but like the outer colored piece being red as well looks a little bit weird to me. But locking it in high mode with L gear, you don't see that. So I think this will actually be the best looking perfect Belial, because it's the only one that I want in high mode, because I kind of like the gold of the other two. So I'll have a just normal Dynamite and Dangerous, those look cool. And then I'll have this one that looks a little bit weirder in the perfect version, and that'll look nice, hopefully. So I'm pretty excited about this one now, because I'll finally have somewhere to put my gears that doesn't make me want to buy a second version just to have stock, so that's nice. So, yeah, Divine Belial, it's an okay release. I'm just excited to get something new, but after that, you get like Kirbyus, which is going to be exciting, then Dragon, which should be decent, and then you get the starter, Excalibur. I might actually, for the first time, buy from Amazon Japan, just so I can get that as soon as I can. Apparently the Kirbyus might actually be a random booster, not a booster. I don't know, but I really want that Excalibur too. If that happens to be a starter, I might... If it's like a kind of a pricier starter, I might just buy from Amazon Japan. Maybe throw on a Bottleman or something, just to make the shipping more worth it. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah. That's like very Kirby's and Excalibur. That's just extremely hype. And then you also have the set in August with Achilles. Achilles, okay, I expected this. Hopefully that's good. But yeah. Let me just get a drink. My throat's starting to die. 1 second. Okay, we're good. So, yeah. I think that's everything for Beyblade news stuff. Um, oh yeah, I'm gonna talk about Random Booster 28. This is underwhelming because it's filler, but it looks cool. So there's a recolored Ultimate Valkyrie, just stock Ultimate Valkyrie, just recolored. Like, that's something. Apparently there's a special gold version. Cool. You also have Super Hyperion and King Helios. They are using their second chip version instead of their first, and they also have metal chip cores. That's neat. And I think they're using different drivers. They're using Exceed Dash plus Z and Zone Dash plus X. Interesting, I guess. Also, they have painted discs. One of them has a red Giga. That's alright, I guess. And then a blue Karma, which will look great with Guilty Longinus. Because the original Longinus, Lost Longinus, had a blue 9 disc. Karma is pretty similar to 9, and there's definitely some similarities between Guilty and Lost, so that'll be pretty neat. And then the other two, there's Tempest, Achilles, and Infinite Dragon. I guess you can swap those around just to get the correct things going there. But Metal Dimension and High Charge Dash. Interesting parts. So yeah. Looks pretty cool overall. So, yeah, that's everything. And now we get to the final thing I want to talk about today. The rest of my, not the rest, the fourth part to my Beyblade story thing. So I've been going through my Beyblade collecting story throughout this entire thing. And yeah, it's been the whole Weekly Blaze, like the new Weekly Blazes, I've been telling this story. And I thought I was going to kind of have to really rely on it a lot, but I really haven't been. So that's good. I could probably keep doing these, at least sometimes. But yeah, this is the second to last of the main collecting stories. This will be the final part that is, like, collecting everything. After that is just kind of the next Weekly Blaze I do will just kind of be a recap of some of the other stuff I got, talking about that. This is the last major part, though. So, alright, we'll start in May. So, actually, technically April, because I pre-ordered Dynamite Belial. It took a month to get here. That sucked. But I was pretty hyped to get, the DB system because it was DB, it looked cool. I was happy with the system. I also managed to grab a Cyclone Ragnarok. Also, my throat's dying, I apologize. If it gets worse, I'll cut the video and chill for a bit, but, yeah. Anyway. So I got Cyclone Ragnarok, and that came, like, pretty shortly after, Dynamite Belial. Really cool. Was happy to get that. And, yeah. Then you get to June. Now, June, you had something really cool. So I know another YouTuber, pretty big Baytuber, Kivo. I know him, and I was talking to him, and he has some bays for sale. One of them was the Amaterios, and he was selling Amaterios, and, it was a good deal, so I decided to buy it from him, and that's actually chilling right there. You can see my, the focus is kind of whatever, it's right there. Amaterios, yep. So I ordered Amaterios from him, and yeah, so I got that. And I finished my basic layer collection, which is great. Then we get to, the next thing was just another DB release, Vanish Fafnir. Just gave up on the releases, gotta get Vanish Fafnir. It was pretty exciting though, because it was the first of the gears. I was excited to put the, F gear on Dynamite Belial, and then later in June, not too much later, but I found a Shelter Regulus for a good deal, so that was one of the few I was still missing, so I picked it up. And then after that, actually, between ordering that and before it arrived, I actually ordered another bay, Beak Culkin. I found that for a good deal. That took forever to get here. I thought it was lost in the mail, and we'll get back to that. So then we get to July, pretty early in July, Roar Bahamut. I got that because I really wanted it, ordered it when I saw it pop up on Bays and Bricks, and yeah, that was cool. Then after that, of course, my Beak Culkin finally came, and with that I completed my God collection, so yeah, that's neat. So with that, alright, I got that. I thought it was lost in the mail though. I was just waiting because it was like almost 2 months and like it just didn't appear. So that was something. And then their Savior Valkyrie, I ordered that. I mean, it wasn't really a crazy story or anything. It's another DBA. And then shortly after that, I pre-ordered the Astral Spriggan customized set, which I eventually did get. But I just want to mention that kind of quickly because there was a pretty big one, which this is a funny one. So I was asking for some base for my birthday, pretty much the 4 I was missing. Shining Amaterios, Naked Spriggan, Abyss Diablos, and Death Diablos. Now, the main problem was Shining Amaterios, because I had no clue how the hell I was going to ask for this for my birthday without sounding insane. Because I'm like, how do you tell someone you want a Beyblade that's $300? Like, and I was willing to pay, part of it, but like, how do you even like say, hey, I want to buy this $300 Beyblade? Can you like go half and half on this or something? So I kind of had it there. Wasn't really sure how to bring it up. The other 3, were fine, but like this one, what do? So one day I was on eBay, and I was scrolling, and I saw something. Shining Amaterios, pre-owned. It was like barely taken out of the package, completely mint condition. $125. Now, for a Takurotomi Shining Amaterios, you gotta keep in mind, Shining Amaterios, extremely rare. People charge usually at least $300 for this thing. So $125 for this guy, right there, that guy. Why did I say that so many times? Anyway, $125 for that. That is not bad at all. I didn't even think about it. I just ordered it, and then that was that. And yeah, and I got that for my birthday as well. And then I also got, to my surprise, I didn't think I'd get all 4 of the ones I wanted, but I got the other 3 too. Naked Spriggan, Death Diablos, and Abyss Diablos. And with that, oh, and plus there was a couple days before I got Guilty Longinus as well. Completed, Dynamite Belial Perfect Gear. But with my birthday, I got the 4, and with that, I had a complete Beyblade Burst collection. Well, until, the Overdrive set came out. But for a while, I did have a complete one. I technically still do have a complete one now, because there's only been so many DBBs that have come out, and I have kept up on them, so it's complete, just waiting for, more stuff to come out. But I have gotten pretty much everything that was hard to get, so that's cool. And yeah, this story was a little bit more underwhelming, I feel like, because I think it was more fun early on, because I kind of didn't know what I was doing, and I was trying to get a ton of stuff. This was just kind of like finishing them up, For my birthday, those was just kind of finishing up, okay, I got Beak Culkin was the last God Bay I needed, but then for my birthday, just finishing, the rest of my collections, Chosets, GT, and Sparking, and that was that. But yeah. So there you go, that's how I completed my Beyblade collection. So next Weekly Blaze will just be talking about pretty much everything from October up until, like, February, I guess, or January, really, I don't know, I guess February. Pretty much up until I started doing Weekly Blazes again, just to talk about the other stuff I bought, just for the hell of it, I guess. It probably won't be as interesting, but I might as well talk about it. But yeah. Alright, that's going to be it for today, because my voice is starting to die. I am not used to talking for 20 plus minutes at a time anymore. Yeah, I haven't done that in a long time, but yeah, my voice is gone. So, yeah, hopefully I could get better at that and talk for longer periods of time because it's been a problem in these weekly blazes. But yeah, anyways, that's all for today, and I will come back at some point later in the week. So, yeah. Alright, so it's now Saturday at like 5 a.m. This will be the last clip for the week, but I'm going to be recording for maybe like 15-20 minutes, so it should be at least a decent length for the episode. Anyways, so, Bottle Man. I don't remember if I remembered the name of the fourth Bottle Man in the previous clip or not. The fourth Bottle Man for Bottle Man DX is apparently going to be called Raid Brave. I don't know if I said that or not. I remember a few days ago when I was questioning that, but I don't know if I actually checked or not. But yeah, it is Raid Brave in case I didn't. And then for Beyblade, so there was the whole news about like the leaks and stuff. And yeah, so we got some interesting stuff. Of course, I did talk about the leaks already in my BU discussion video. But yeah, you got like, of course, Kirbyus in May. Apparently, it's supposed to be a random booster and not a booster. So I guess I was wrong on that. But I was still right about Kirbyus and it being B198, I guess. But it was like already, that stuff seemed like it was already leaked. June, July, August, I'm still right on, I think. June being a booster for Dragon. July being a starter for Excalibur, and then, which will probably have a DB sword launcher, which would be really cool. And then August, I said a triple booster set, but I wasn't sure. I just kind of put that as a tentative thing. But yes, I'm kind of set for Achilles. It seems that September has also now leaked with B202. Kind of. We know it'll be apparently a random booster. So I was wrong on that, because I said October would be the random booster. Now, this is where it gets interesting, because I think I might want to switch September and October in that case, in terms of, like, what day is coming out. I think if a random booster's happening in September, unlike what I thought it was going to be, I think it'd be Wyvern. I don't think they're going to do Death Scyther for a random booster. This is assuming that Death Scyther and Wyvern even do get evolutions. I guess they could skip them. But I think if they're going to do that in September, it'll probably be Wyvern, then Death Scyther maybe in October. Unless they do the set in October, then I actually don't know, because would they want to put the gap between Death Scyther and Wyvern? Maybe not. Unless if they did a triple booster set and they just threw Wyvern in there, and then maybe Death Scyther in September for the random booster. I don't know. But I do think the odds of them putting like a second band triple booster set at this point is highly unlikely, and I don't think that they would do that. So, the only place I think we're getting two bays in a set at this point is going to be in the big set of the year, which I think is going to be Hyperion and Helios. Assuming that's November still, and I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. I'm just like, at this point, I don't even know what they're going to do. It's kind of whack. But we'll see. If everything seems kind of normal, and we're, the main set is November like it usually is. I guess it wasn't in 2019 or last year, but assuming it is, I guess I'm assuming there'd be a booster in October, and that'd be Death Scyther. Anyway, this stuff is really far off. Like, we've gotten leaks surprisingly early this time around. Like, I'm talking about stuff that's happening like in 6+ months at this point. Which is kind of wild that we even have information. Like, when's the last time that we had leaks this good, this far out? Well, I guess DV we kind of did, but that was like official. Like, we kind of already knew, and it took a while for us to even get anything for like October, for example. Like, the Overdrive set leaked like maybe a month early. But like, we already knew we were getting like a longinus in September, like by March, so I guess it's not that much of a leak. I think the last time we had leaks that were like very long running were probably God or Chozetsu. Or not Chozetsu, Chozetsu. I don't know why I pronounced the U, that's not how Japanese works. Anyway, I mean, I guess you can, it doesn't matter that much, but whatever. I don't know, this season, or not season, but I'm also just very curious to see what they do with BU. So, there's a few different ideas I have. The first one is that they struggle to even make it to like a holiday time, like, and then they stop after like a November or December release, and then they're just done. I could see them doing that. I could see them just barely making it, and then they're like, yeah, we're done. I could see them also getting into a more normal season length. Like, okay, make it to like spring at least, like February, March time, and then maybe stop. Maybe they'll even do like an extension since they don't have to worry about an anime. Maybe they'll just kind of release stuff till maybe July or something. Or for all we know, they could just go up until they feel like it. Maybe they'll go throughout the entirety of 2023 and even maybe 2024 to some extent. Who knows? They could just release stuff that people want to see long term. Because they did mention there's a flyer that said 2017 to 2023, which was referring to Hasbro, but we don't know if that's referring to the anime or the toy line. It's hard to say. I'm assuming anime though. If that's the case, then yes, that's true. It's hard because I really wish that maybe Hasbro did in the basic layer stuff before the dual layers in 2016, but they released them at the same time. Would have been a little bit easier to tell. But then again, I guess some stuff did actually start popping up in 2016 for like Canada and stuff, and the anime did not start until 2017. So maybe there's a chance that we'll get like an extended release or something if it's like that. I don't know. It's hard to say right now. We don't know what BU is going to be. We don't know how long it'll be for. It, like I said, it could barely make it to the end of the year and then stop. Or they could just be doing this as a, I don't want to say a long-term thing, but maybe it could be like a 2-year cycle and we're just going to get DB for like 3 years straight. That'd be great, actually. I mean, maybe we can complete the Legends, finally, for the first time ever, having all the Legends in one season. That'd be, or in one system, I mean, that would be amazing. I've wanted that since Sparking. I thought they were going to do it, and they're just like, yeah, we have these 3, new characters that are kind of like new Legends in a way. And there's like the 15 old characters. We're going to make 11 of them. We're going to skip out on Excalibur, Zeus, Phoenix, and Genesis because we feel like it. So yeah. It wasn't great. I don't know. I'm very curious what they're going to do with BU. It's an interesting season. I keep saying season. It's an interesting concept. That's what I'm trying to get. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't. Listen, I didn't sleep enough. And it's already like 5. So I only have like 2-3 hours left in me. Then we get to another thing. This is not Beyblade related. I just want to talk about video games and anime a bit because I haven't talked about either in a month now. So video games, I have been playing some. I talked about the Nintendo Direct stuff last time. That was already like a month ago somehow. I don't know how. That does not feel like a month ago, but it was. So I got, let's see. I didn't get any games. What am I talking about? I played some games. I mentioned I was playing Legends Arceus, and I think I said in that video, it was that video, I think, how I had to play Legends Arceus in a couple days, and I was going to start again. I never did. I am planning on starting again soon. But the problem is I got to a point where I'm only like halfway to the next star, and it's required for me to get to the final area. And I just kind of don't care. Like, I hate grinding games for that kind of stuff. It's annoying. So I haven't played it in like a month because I just haven't felt like it. I'm feeling it a little bit more now, but I didn't care. The other game I played was Halo Infinite. This one I actually have some opinions about. So I haven't really played the Halo Infinite multiplayer very much because I don't like it. I think I mentioned this, but it feels like a bad mix between Halo 5 and Halo Reach, which shouldn't be bad based on both of those being, in my opinion, the 2 best Halo multiplayers, but it just doesn't work. I feel like they don't have enough stuff in this game for the multiplayer to be good. They need to add more. I think a lot of people are complaining about this. Season 2 comes out in like 2 months, a little bit less now. Hopefully that helps. I don't think it will. I think we're going to be waiting till at least Season 3 for anything decent to happen. Maybe Season 4. We'll see. I don't have much hope for it. But yeah. I played the campaign though. The campaign was weird because it should have been the best Halo campaign, but it just wasn't. So first up, I think that mechanically this was the best campaign. So what I mean by that is you had like a lot of cool like abilities and you could use any of them. And like you had like the sensor thing which was cool. That was helpful, I guess. The thruster pack I never used, but I guess it was there. The drop ball was neat, and definitely the coolest one, the grappling hook. The grappling hook was just a lot of fun. You could just do it added a lot to the movement. I think it worked very well for the campaign. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. And then the other thing that I really liked about this game was the difficulty. So I just put a normal. I didn't. I mean, if I want to go back at some point, I might do legendary, but we'll see. But I just put a normal, and I think the difficulty was there were maybe some of the boss fights were a little bit rough at times, which is fine. But yeah, I think that the difficulty was actually really good because it seemed fair, but also kind of rough at times. Basically, what happened is you could do something and you die for it. Usually, it's not the game being bullshit though. It's usually something like, "Oh, I didn't like if you just run in shooting and yeah, then you just kind of die." That's kind of what the game does. It's like, okay, you need to like think a little bit sometimes, and I think that's actually good because like a lot of like shooting games and stuff, like in their campaigns, it's just yep, run in. You can just do whatever you want. This game actually makes you think a little bit, which is nice. I can appreciate that. So I like the difficulty of the game. I think it was good. My problems with the game, though, oh boy. First up, the story was something. It wasn't, like, bad, it just felt very bare bones and weird, though. So first up, this whole weird thing with the Master Chief and Cortana feels like a goddamn soap opera. Like, can we stop that? I hope this is the last of it. It looked like it might have been. But it was just like, I don't know, man. It was something. Also, the story itself, like from Halo 5, ends off on like a cliffhanger, and then it's all like done. Like, oh yeah, by the way, all the stuff from Halo 5 that looked like it was about to happen next game just didn't happen. I know Halo Wars 2 took place between 5 and Infinite, but I didn't play it because I don't like those kind of games. I mean, I know that's where the banish were introduced and all. I don't think that the Halo Infinite stuff that we saw kind of flashbacks of happened in Wars 2. I think that was just like they kind of just skipped over it, honestly, which is kind of funny. But like at the same time, it's weird. I don't know. I feel like they knew they messed up bad with the Halo 5 campaign and they just wanted to bury it and be done with it. But I feel like at the same time, it's good and bad because it's good because we don't have to deal with that. But it's bad because, well, they kind of just, got rid of it and that was that. My other problem with the campaign, the landscape. I think that the open world thing sucked. I don't think there's a problem with Halo being too, like, linear. I think a lot of Halo maps were actually pretty sizable and you could actually do quite a bit with them. And I don't think it needed to be open world. I don't think it's a bad thing that it was either. It's fine. It's just that why did every mission feel the same? Like, I genuinely didn't know if I was doing side missions or not for a while because I'm like, this just seems like exactly what I've done like 4 times already. Is this just like a side mission or what? And I like eventually I just looked up a list of all the missions because I'm like I genuinely don't know what I'm doing at this point. And I'm like, oh no, I'm like halfway through the campaign already, and it just feels like I'm doing like mostly side missions. Okay, it was not the best, honestly. I think that the landscapes especially were just awful. It was like there was no variance. It was either outside, that's the landscape, or like foreign or metal hallways. And listen, if you go back to the first 3 Halo games, hell, even Reach, I think Reach was maybe a little worse with it, which is fine though, because it was meant to be like a different sort of setting anyway. But if you go back to those games, it felt like the settings were a lot different. And then, even like Halo 4 was a lot better with this as well. Halo 5 kind of sucked with it, and this game was just god awful with it. Yeah, that was not great. But yeah, it's the campaign. I think it was fine though. My other problem though with Halo Infinite in general, I already mentioned that there's just like not enough to do with the multiplayer, but there's also like not enough weapons in the game. So I counted there's 22 weapons, which is okay. Like compared to some older Halo games, it's like I think it's the same amount as Halo 3, or a little bit more, but still it's less than Reach, I think, and it's definitely less than 4 and 5. And here's the thing: is Halo 5, I think it was 31 weapons, but each one had like aside from like 2 of them had like, or there's one with like a one variant, but most of them had two variants, if not more. And like a few of the like the main loadout weapons for like a Warzone had like tons of attachment variants, like a ton. In this game, there's a 22, but they each only have one variant. It's like this just feels like such a massive downgrade in scale. I know they're like, well, we want a smaller, we want a smaller sandbox for this game to really focus on the balance. And like, okay, listen, I understand that. I do understand, and I think that to a pretty large extent that's fine. Once Forge comes in, I feel like you need to add stuff, even just for Forge and custom games, because like, here's the thing. When it comes to like competitive Halo players, which is only a small margin, this is helping them a lot. But for the majority of people who are just playing the game to have fun, this kind of sucks, and it's really, I don't know. I feel like the problem is that 343 is very receptive to Halo fans, which is kind of a detriment to them because the most vocal fans are the ones who just want everything to be Halo 2, like, constantly. And I feel like they're kind of messing things up because, like, can we just get some advancements in Halo or something? Like, just some innovation. We kind of do sometimes, but at the same time, it's just always like, no, we can't. We can't move too far forward because we have this vocal minority that 343 listens to. Anyway, that's my rant about Halo Infinite. I'm glad I got the fun to talk about that as someone. Or, actually, is it? I don't know, is anyone, I don't even know if people are going to watch this. I'm like half asleep. I'm sure anyone who was watching this probably checked out a while ago. Um, yeah, I wanted to talk about this for a while. I just don't know people who play Halo Infinite. Um, anyway, anime. So anime is something. So I watch a lot of anime, and I think the last time I talked about anime, I was watching. I think Jahi or yeah, I think I was watching Jahi. I know I finished Komi already. Komi was fine enough. It was a solid anime. Jahi's interesting. So I don't know if I talk about my final thoughts on it, but a lot of people always paired like Komi, Nagatoro, and Jahi together. It's like these three manga that were really, really good, but just didn't have an anime. And so I expected to like Komi the most, and then I wasn't sure if I'd like Nagatoro or Jahi more. I kind of expected like Nagatoro more. Then Jahi, I was like, whatever. So I watched Nagatoro first since it aired first, and you know, I actually liked it quite a bit. And then I watched Komi. I actually think I liked Nagatoro more than Komi, though I had more fun with it. And then we have Jahi. Somehow I actually like it more than both of them. They're all pretty close in my mind, but like, yeah, I actually liked it quite a lot. Although in terms of like the main character, because they're all named after like the main girl, I would say Nagatoro kind of just stays in the middle, but I'd swap Komi and Jahi, because Jahi, I like Jahi still, but she'd be like probably the lowest of the three, but like I like Komi the most in terms of characters. And that's kind of the problem with Komi, though. I feel like I like Komi a lot as a character, but when it comes to the anime and everything else, I just don't really care that much. Like, it's fine. It's just I don't know. It feels almost like I know I'm probably gonna get. If anyone is listening to this who knows what they're talking about with anime stuff, I'd probably get killed by them for saying this. But aside from Komi, I like the anime itself. All the other characters kind of just feels like slice of life My Hero Academia. Honestly, in terms of the characters, I know it's like a whack comparison, but it is kind of true in some ways. I think. I know it's not exact, but it just seems like the characters just kind of like, yep, these are characters, and this is an anime. It's serviceable. I don't have a problem with it, but I think there's only like one character that I really like in the show, so there's that. Nagatoro was just entertaining, and I feel like it gets kind of a bad rep, but if you watch all the way through, it's actually like pretty good. Jahi, though, I think was the most entertaining of the bunch. After that, I watched the whole thing. Yeah, get ready for this title. SSSS Gridman. There we go. Or I'm just going to refer to it as Gridman. Gridman was weird. So when it comes to like the normal anime and stuff, I actually thought it was a pretty good and interesting series. I did like it quite a bit. And yeah, it was a good time. My problem with the anime is that it is a kaiju anime, slash like tokusatsu anime, and yeah, that was not the best. I was not a fan of that kind of stuff. It To me, it just felt like this part of the anime every episode we had to deal with, and it wasn't great. Also, my voice is dying if you can't tell. Anyway, I thought the anime overall was like good. It was just that stuff to me, I just didn't care. The rest of it was nice though. Um, yeah, I don't know. That anime was interesting. But after that, I watched Joshiraku, which is probably that might be the best comedy anime I've seen. You do need some knowledge of Japan culture and stuff. It is technically about Rakugo, but not really. It's a weird series, but I think the comedy in this anime it's just so wild and does not care. Like this will go through like like there's like it was in 2012, so they'll go through like some random like political issues of 2012, just mention them, make fun of them, like some of the stuff in this anime. I'm like, did they actually just said that? They really just said that. I would not have expected this in an anime. It was just a really good anime overall, though. It's like I don't know. It was wild. I think it was a time, and it's very underrated. I think it's mostly known for its ending song, but like the anime itself was like wild through and through, and it was seriously just a great time. Um, like that's definitely gonna be one of that might make my top 15 honestly, because it was just such a insane anime. And yeah, it's nice to know there are still anime out there that I haven't seen that are great. And to be honest, they've kind of purposefully done that. So I still have stuff to watch. Because I only watch the shows that I seemed very interested in. I would not be having a good time right now. But yeah, this anime, I first saw this in like 2019, I think. That's when I first like heard of it. And then I was like, yeah, this just seems like a nice slice of life anime. I'll watch it eventually. And then I decided to watch it, and it was way better than ever would have expected it to be. So that was something. After this, though, I watched Demon Slayer, Season 2, or the movie and Season 2. I watched Season 1, didn't care for it that much. Movie... The movie, in my opinion, wasn't great either. I think that, like, let's be honest, like, Rengoku was, like, the only like, saving grace of this movie. It wasn't great otherwise. But Season 2, alright, I'll actually give Season 2 some credit. Season 2, I think, picked up for both, like, the story as well as, like, the characters. The music, I think, was also really good. I like the opening the most of any other season. And then the animation, like, listen, Demon Slayer had some good animation, and I'll admit that, but, like, unlike everyone else, I didn't go completely wild over it. Okay, this season, some of those later fights, man, like, what... Like, I didn't even know anime could do this kind of stuff. But they did. I don't... That was absolutely insane, though. So yeah, the animation this season was definitely wild. And I think that the story and characters were definitely a lot better here as well. Yeah, the new Hashira that we followed this time was Tengen. He was great as well. It was a good series. It was a pretty good season. I still don't think it was like amazing or anything. I would still struggle to even give it like a 7 out of 10. I don't think I would. But you know what? Like, I called like, the first season in the movie mid. I'll say this one was like actually pretty solid. After that though, I watched Ping Pong the Animation. This one, just really, really good. I don't know what else to say about it without getting too much into it. I could just say that, or I can talk for like 20 minutes about this. Maybe at some point if I'm bored in the future, I'll go all in with Ping Pong the Animation. It was just a really good series, though. Definitely, like, more about, like, ideals and, like, kind of like a brain anime in some ways. I recommend thinking while watching it. The animation is, like, it's good, it's just the art's, like, whack. It's done purposefully, but, like, it takes a little bit to get used to, I'm not gonna lie. And we have what I'm watching now, which is Eurocamp. I'm not gonna talk about this one this much, or that much, because I'm still watching it. I'm almost on season 1. Yuru Camp so far is just a nice anime. It reminds me of Nun on Bieri, which I did like a lot. It's just chill, which is good. Anyway, that's my catching up on anime stuff that I haven't talked about it in like a month. Uh, I'm like 25 minutes in. I figured it'd be a while today talking. Yeah, what time is it? It's like 5:30. Damn. All right. But yeah, that is I think everything I had for this week. I don't know if I'll record next week or not. We'll see. Maybe. I don't know. Is there anything happening next week? I don't think so. Oh wait, the Mario Kart DLC comes out next week. Shit. Okay. Maybe I will record next week because that is very very soon. Actually, I might. Actually, no. I think I will record next week because the Beyblade leaks should be happening too. Um, or not leaks, but like the Korokoro news, and I want to talk about that. So I'll try to record next week, unless the news is just terrible or something, and it's like nothing. Then okay, maybe we'll skip next week. But assuming that the news is at least like decent, I'll try to record next week. It might be a shorter episode though. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. It depends on what happens. But yeah. Anyways, that's all for this weekly blaze. So thanks for watching, and bye.